Hello and welcome back to the channel, friends. It's good to be here and I hope you're doing well. We're gonna get into some more trouble with Terracards today, of course. And folks, we are going big game hunting. That's right, we're going big game hunting, and the target objective today is to create Santa Claus. That's right, not to be confused with Santa Claus, but Santa Claus. And Santa Claus is, of course, a wolf in Santa's clothing. And at face value, it appears to be a very, very powerful card. So we're going to see how much we can break the game with Mr. Santa Claus here. Now, it does require, I should say, a very complex production chain to pull it off. So nothing is guaranteed in this one, folks, but we're definitely going to do our best. So with that being said, if you are new here, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. We'd love to have you join the awesome community that we've been growing. So let's get down to business here, folks. So first and foremost, about Santa Claus, what makes him so strong, or what makes the card so strong, I believe, is the fact that he mutates sheep into gingerbread men. And then from there, the gingerbread men themselves, they create a product, gingerbread, unbelievably enough, of course, that sells for, 252 gold per unit. So you think about that, which is a very high cost, right? So that's a very lucrative product, I guess you could say. And if you think about that with your ability, just kind of in general, to buff animals with barns and essence rewards and the like, and I think you have something absolutely nuclear on your hands. Hopefully we're gonna find out, but like I said, it does need a pretty complex production chain to pull off, which includes the creation of Panettone. And Panettone is something that it just takes a lot, right? A lot goes into actually making Panettone. So we're hopefully going to be able to synthesize all of this into a nice, fun experience today. But we'll see. So we're going to go sheep here. We will grab some sheep, absolutely. Sheep are certainly part of the kit as they become our gingerbread men of the future, strangely enough. So I'm going to get a good wheat base down, as well as sheep require wheat. A watery tree will definitely take that, absolutely. And really, it's important to kind of get our foundation, as we normally do in these games here. We want to get a foundation, and then we want to sort of build out from there. You can't do much without water and energy, folks, so we need to secure some water, and we need to secure some energy for our first essence reward. And yes, we are taking essence rewards in this one. For our first essence reward, I think we'll go with Dionysian Rites. The other ones don't really help us. I don't really visualize using cows at all in this one. So we do have the mill here. That is a building that we absolutely need. So why don't we grab it? It's right there for us. Let's grab it. Could go watery tree right here. But let's just hold on to it. Our water's doing fine right now. So let's just roll into our mill and get that down. And now we're looking for, obviously, blue wheat would be nice to kind of get our water foundation off the ground. Fuel wheat would also be a decent play, given we need some fuel. So why don't we actually take the fuel wheat here? It makes sense. We'll do that, and we'll throw it down on this island right here. Get a little fuel production and start actually milling some flour from our wheat. Can actually throw some of it right there too. Apple trees, they're another product that we need. But do we need it right now, right? Like, that's the question. We certainly could. The apple tree, we certainly could. Let's grab it. And let's start an apple tree island right here as well. So I'm going to throw my fuel wheat down on the island with the mill. It's going to get milled up. And then we'll go apple trees right next to the mill. It just makes sense, folks. It just makes sense. All right, it would be great to get some blue wheat for sure. Here's a centrifuge. We do need those because we need both varieties of sugar. So a centrifuge is a no-brainer pick when it's out there. You'd hate to be kind of stuck looking for one toward the mid-game. Instead, we want to get the centrifuge in our hands, and you'll kind of see where we need to put these. We actually need one on each island here, if I'm thinking about the production chain correctly. Juicer, we need those as well, so we're going to grab a juicer. So let's throw the centrifuge down right there as well. And juicers are another component to making the sugar. So we need one here, and we also need one right here. All right, more apple trees, you betcha. So now we need energy and we need water. We do get another centrifuge, though. I mean, I have to take that, folks. I just have to do it. We have to get our structural infrastructure in place, if you will. Here's an oven. I mean, we need one of those, too. That's how you make the panettone, ultimately. But do we take, like, are we taking this too early? I think is the prudent question to ask. I don't think so. Let's go ahead and grab it. I mean, it's probably best to grab the structures you need when they come up, right? So let me check here. We have 3 watery trees in our hand. We're kind of desperate for some blue wheat here. Watery tree will nullify a little bit of that. Let's see if we can't roll into blue wheat. And when I say roll into blue wheat, I mean aggressively roll into blue wheat. We'll definitely find out here. So that's a good spot for our fence there. And we can certainly kind of start to build additional islands around it, but don't necessarily want to do that yet. Here's a fermenter. We'll take it. Again, it's the building that has been given to us, and we're definitely going to throw that down, and this has to share an island with the mill here. All right, losing some serious resources here, so we're going to have to look into a solution. A water tank's a decent one. It gives you 50 water and also boosts your production. We have a decent spot for a water tank right here, so I think it's probably best to go with the water tank here. I mean, it's a decent solution. We need to start making some cash too, folks. Sugarcane is definitely part of our future as well. So we could take that here, you bet. And let's hope the essence rewards that we have can kind of hold us off, I guess. Just hold off, you know, get us enough income to sort of get this launched into orbit here. That's what we're hoping for, of course. So I'm going to go, my first sugarcane island's going to go right here. The reason I put it right there is because it's adjacent to the water tanks, which is a structure, of course. And that's going to give us a real nice little bonus. We throw the watery tree down right there. It's a little unorthodox place for a watery tree, but it's going to get stronger the more sugarcane we place down here. Kind of. All right, well, we're going to get another watery tree here. All right, there we go. We saved it. The sugarcane is costing a massive amount of water. Massive amount of water for sure. Might be a bug with the watery tree, actually. Hard to say. But now we're in the positive for water. All right, we have to get our energy solved. We have to get our fuel solved. We have to get our buildings operational here. So let's see. Yeah, we roll into more sugarcane. Man, that is hard to turn down because we need a lot of it. And we need some right up here. We have watery trees. Yeah, why don't we take it? Why don't we go ahead and take it? I'm going to put it right here. It's adjacent to 2 structures, so it's going to produce very well. But of course, we're going to have to be careful. 76 water. Goodness gracious. Is that a lot of water? All right, water chicken, penguin sunflower. I mean, sunflower would be good, but blue wheat would be just far superior. Cocoa tree mill, don't need any of that. More sugarcane. I mean, even more sugarcane here, folks. They are hooking it up. We just have to be careful. We just have to be careful. Didn't really anticipate using watery trees like this, but it's kind of working. It's working a little bit. 403, there we go. It's a nice little reserve of water for us. More sheep. Could certainly go more sheep. We do have a small fence. I think I'm going to get the small fence in play here. And why don't we go ahead and take the sheep? Sure thing. Field grapes, arboreal bounty, and bunny-like carrot. None of these really benefit us too much. We're not going to be processing wine at all. So we could certainly go field grapes. It's not going to benefit us at all, of course. Arboreal bounty, I mean... Are we done placing trees? Not really. Let's go field grapes, kind of reluctantly. Let's go field grapes, sure. Watery tree right here. Could throw that down as well to get a nice little stock of water. And let's keep playing our sugarcane as well. We're going to expand upward right here and throw another small fence. And that will be the home for our sheep friends. Given we're going to have sheep on the farm, obviously the pasture, the church, the cross, all of those buildings are definitely in play. Let's throw another sugarcane island down right here. This will all help us make that famed panettone, which is obviously a very tough item to make. Medium fences, we definitely need those, but folks, we need some energy, and we need it bad. So let's see. Do we need another fermenter? Let me think about this for a second. No, I think we only need one. Here's a cutter. I mean, that's definitely part of the future, but it's just another item that takes electricity that we don't have. Here's a melter. We need a melter, so let's go ahead and take the melter. And I am forgetting to play my sheep when they come in my hand here. So let's go ahead and get our melter. We need at least, well, so let's get it right here. I think that's a fine spot. Probably see some tortilla production as usual. Another fermenter, don't need that. Regular cows, nope. Medium fences, yes, but we need energy. And we need it bad. Lakes would be a decent play. Alright, let's grab medium fences so we don't re-roll away our entire bankroll. We're going to go right here and right here. And that'll be a spot for some additional sheep, of course. So let's throw our... Whoops, not cow. Let's throw the sheep in. Let's get our other medium fence down and continue to just play our sheep. They're not doing too much right now, but we've got big plans for our sheep. Field corn, we do have a melter right here. Could make use of the field corn just for some fuel production. Okay, let's do it. We need fuel, so we'll throw it right there and we'll put the field corn. It'll work with the melter. It'll get us positive in the fuel, which it does. Giant sunflower, it's not really in play, especially with negative energy. Antenna, I mean, antenna is a play. It's not a great play, but it's a play. I really need some blue wheat. Let's grab some more watery trees, though. Sometimes you just gotta take what the game gives. You can't force re-rolling too much. Certainly can work against you. So let's get our watery trees in place. They actually do pretty well on the sugarcane islands as well. Electric carrot is an option, but At 5 electricity per carrot, it's just not going to be enough, right? I mean, you're looking at like 40 electricity there. Just not good enough. More watery trees. We're kind of doing okay on income. Could certainly use more watery trees. Let's take it. I've had success in this game when I take the watery trees that are given to me. So let's go ahead and do it. More wheats. Electric carrot. Really looking for that blue wheat, man. Here's another melter. We do need another melter, so let's grab that. Throw that there in place. Just 13 wool, huh? Okay. Weed expansion. Not necessarily too useful for us, but it is an option for sure. Dealer's hand, and then elite cows. I think we'll take weed expansion. Sure thing. Wolf soy fermenter. Medium fence oven giant cow. Popsicle alpha wolf. Okay, so alpha wolf is very important because ultimately it's the card that turns into Santa Claus. So that goes right in the middle there, folks. That was one I was worried about maybe not getting, but I'm glad we got it. Just regular corn for a little popcorn action. See, what would that look like? Maybe right here, right here. It's either that or I'm looking at a $10,000 reroll. Why don't we grab corn? It'll allow us to sort of stock up on a reroll. We'll be able to make some popcorn. Maybe we get that popcorn buff, which of course will work well. Banicula, we got the lake. We got a watery tree as well. It's only one watery tree, so I'm going to roll. Here's a water tank. Do we have a spot? We sure do. All right, let's take the water tank. Water tank's another one that I just have trouble turning down, if I'm being honest. So why don't we go right here and add more corn? Ideally, you can get more sugarcane right here. All right, watery tree, no. I mean, am I going to have to start taking antennas and like solar panels here, folks? Really don't want to. Suppose let's go with more sunflowers. Maybe that will sort of evoke the game to give us what we need. But we need energy. We've needed energy for about 50 turns now. But that's all right. Needing energy is better than needing water for sure. More watery trees. And we're talking a bunch more watery trees here. It's either that or a costly reroll. We don't really need the water. I mean, we don't really need the water. We need the electricity. All right, let's grab some medium fences then. Let's just start being smart about this. Let's take what is given to us. I'm going to hold on to the medium fence for now. We don't necessarily need to play it. Here's a solar panel. I'm going to grab the solar panel. Just out of a pure act of desperation, we will grab the solar panel. And we'll be successful with it for sure. So let's expand here. Let's throw a water tank down. It's going to be another sugarcane spot of the future. I will throw the solar panel since... Let me just see this here real quick. Produces energy equivalent to its production. Okay. So since we're not getting any blue wheat, I'm going to throw solar panels down here, and we're going to electrify our sunflowers. I love that sprite, by the way. I think it looks really cool. Really nice job by the developers of the game with the electric sunflower. Transport tube, definitely a play with that as well. We don't need a centrifuge. Scarecrow. So +5 production to crops on same island. There's definitely a play for it. I mean, it's a little underwhelming, but it's not the worst. We get Home Sweet Home, Rabbit Apprentice, an Arboreal Bounty. I love Home Sweet Home here, so we're going to take it. So we could get more energy if we put our Scarecrow right here. We are in the positive for energy now, though, so that's really good. Or we could also throw it here for our future additional sugarcane. So I'm going to do that. I think that's a better play. And now, folks, we got to just kind of get this thing into orbit. What are we working with here? We have some raw sugar. And some dough, interestingly enough. Here's our blue wheat. Sure, we'll take that. Better late than never, certainly. Get our blue wheat down right here. It's not the most optimized spot, but that's okay. With wheat expansion, it kind of does its thing. Transport tube, we don't really need that right now. Instead, what we need is we need some of the more advanced production buildings. So we're looking for a mixer. We're looking for a refinery. And I think that's going to complete us. So a mixer and a refinery, folks. That's what we need. Here's a cutter. We'll grab that, because that's going to go well. Expand that, get a little more energy production. Finally looking good from an energy production standpoint. An antenna. That's kind of like the next thing that is going to be creeping up on us is, of course, fuel. I really don't like... Here's a refinery. I was about to say I really don't like re-rolling so much. And truthfully, I don't, but that's okay. I'm going to throw the loom, or the cutter down right there. Looking for a loom as well. So our refinery is going to go on this island here, and that will give us purified sugar. Or refined sugar, I should say. And will also allow us to start making this candied fruit here, which sells for pretty decent. It's actually our biggest cash crop right now, believe it or not. It's hard to imagine we're still afloat, but it's good. You like to see it. All right, watery tree. Just don't need it. Mill, medium fence. Looking for a mixer, folks. Just need that mixer. I don't want to go crazy on the re-rolling here, though. I just don't want to do it. We're just not gaining enough income, really. Here's the church. Here's the mixer. Yeah, let's get the mixer for sure. I was going to go with the church because it works well with the sheep that we have, but we got the mixer, folks. This is exciting stuff. So let's throw it down and let's see what happens here. Not really the effect. Must be missing something. We'll have to take a look. More sunflower, sure thing. Alright, let's see what's happening here. There we go. Okay, there it is. We made them. There's Santa Claus in all of his glory. Now, what's Santa Claus gonna do? He should change our sheep friends here into gingerbread men. That's what should happen. So let's see. And look at this, folks. We got some candy canes on the board. We got these gingerbread men. Look at these sprites. Just tremendous, right? And furthermore, these gingerbread men, excuse me, they create gingerbread. So I'm very interested to see how well the gingerbread sells. You'll also notice that our sugarcane now, it's not going to produce sugarcane anymore. It's going to produce, obviously, sweet cane, which is consumed by the gingerbread men. So we're not going to have any sugar production anymore. At least I don't think. There's some gingerbread right there. 2,016 in just 8 units. So obviously what we want to do to take this into orbit, folks, is we want to really maximize the gingerbread production. So that's what we're going to try to do here. And we're going to have to really do it in pretty quick order. Otherwise, we're really looking at trouble. So if we get some black sheep here, I believe these change into gingerbread men as well. And then the cool thing about the gingerbread men is when they are fed... Yikes, just a whole bunch of nothing here that'll help us. But when the gingerbread men are fed, they multiply, right? So we want to get a barn right here for sure. We want to just try to take this in orbit. Obviously, you got to watch the water cost. So barns and lakes is kind of the next up for us. We're making a modest amount of gingerbread. What I need to do is I need to be able to maximize it. That's what we have to do. And we maximize that by getting more sheep on the board. And you can see they immediately change to gingerbread men. I wonder if it's just adjacent islands. Nope. It is not. Okay. All right. So let's keep going here. Don't want to get too crazy with the rerolls. Really can't afford to. But we need something impactful. In fact, if we could get our hands on just a regular sheep and a pastor, that would be really helpful. And also a church. We're missing some key cards in the sheep build right now. Here's a water cow. Zero to adjacent crops. Alright, I guess I'll just grab a mixer. I want to take a look here at something real quick. Give 1 sheep card per turn if on same island as at least 3 sheep. So yeah, we need more sheep. For sure, we need more sheep. But we are starting to make quite a bit of income here, folks, with the gingerbread. 277k. The sweet cane is also really producing very strongly as well. So let's take a look. What are we actually working with here? So gingerbread man, if it eats, another gingerbread man is born on same island, right? Eats the sweet cane. And then the sweet cane itself is worth 7. But we must be getting just monstrous production out of it. No, we're not. Wait, we are. Goodness gracious. 4,506 production? My goodness, and look at the water. I was gonna get concerned about water costs. Why does this take 1,965? That is insane. I think what's going on is, so if you look at not sugar cane on the farm is sweet cane. I can't. I'm having trouble explaining this, but I'm not complaining. Definitely not complaining. All right, we're looking for sheep here, folks. Need some sheep. Here's a loom. Why'd I grab the loom? All right, well, I guess we'll throw it right here. That was a good spot about 50 turns ago. But that's all right. We are rolling in water. We're rolling in income now too, folks. The sweet cane definitely carrying us strongly. Hard to say why this island is so strong. But that's okay. This is going to allow us to simply expand. So we can get more sheep right here. Here's some more black sheep. We'll take them. So now it's only down to 10 water cost, where before it was 2,030. I don't know what's going on here. I think there's something that maybe perhaps I'm missing. Sweet cane, plus 5 production to itself and plus 5 water cost to gingerbread man per adjacent island gingerbread man. So it says adjacent island here. I think this is the key that we're seeing. Plus 5 production to itself and 5 water cost. So this is what we're seeing here. But that's not adjacent, of course, so it must be like in a 2-island range or something. But this is what we're seeing here. So if we surround our sweet cane islands with our gingerbread men, that's how you really take this to the moon, and that's what we're going to do. If we look here, the gingerbread man itself, Santa Claus himself, he will turn all sheep in a 3-island range, okay? So that's 1, 2, 3. So this island right here, given what we know, I think we can put another one down here, for sure. And it should play off of that sweet cane island right there. And these gingerbread men are going to continue to multiply every single turn. They're going to keep making their very lucrative product, gingerbread. And we're going to be able to just keep adding fences and keep adding gingerbread men. We're not going to have to worry about water anymore. That, like I said, that was a concern of mine. Here we go. Here's a barn. This is going to really take this nuclear. My goodness. Except for we are getting 1 production here and minus 3,135 water. Goodness gracious. What is going on? Some of these numbers are a little sketchy, I'm not going to lie. Little head scratching. So for the barn, right? Our money crop is still, of course, the sweet cane. Gingerbread's doing well, but if we throw a barn right here, obviously the water cost increases, but I don't know what's going on with this. This is just wild. 23,000. Wild stuff. Another day in the life of Terracards here, folks. And you love to see it, especially when you get, you know, the famed Santa Claus on the board. Just a cool sprite, a cool sort of mythical creature in the Terracards realm, if you will. And we are having all kinds of shaky screen issues as typical. And now we're making 7 million. That sweet cane is just taking off. I don't know if it's... So it's pretty obvious to me that the sweet cane properties work in a 2-island radius, right? Because this one is working off this one here. And you're getting insane water costs to your gingerbread men, but you have the watery tree in place. If we didn't have the watery tree on the cane islands, we'd be in big, big trouble. But the watery tree completely nullifies this. I mean, 7,235 water per turn, folks. Without the watery tree, we're completely sunk. Without question. So you love to see that. Let's see. Santa Claus here. If we could get our hands on a small fence, actually, with the water tank there. There's no room. That's okay. We're going to just make more gingerbread men. And we're going to take this thing into orbit. Be flying by Saturn soon, folks. On our way to Uranus. And then off to the lost planets of Pluto. Just floating out there in the cosmos. That's what we're doing right now. And we're loving it. A watery tree. I mean, the lifesaver that is the watery tree. So this could have been a completely unexpected cataclysm, if I'm being honest, if we didn't have the watery trees there. In fact, if I would have just gone with my normal blue wheat sunflower combination, right? I wouldn't have put the watery trees with the sugarcane, and we would be completely sunk. We'd have negative 1 million water. So I don't know what you call that. I don't know what you call that. I suppose just dumb luck. But we walked into this big time. And we're looking fabulous here, folks. And it's day 140 only. We have plenty more time to just see how far we can take this build. I'd like to get a pastor so we can get... I mean, we're looking for fences. We're looking for a pastor. We're looking for a church. We're looking for the types of cards that can really help give us sheep. The more sheep we get, obviously... And sugarcane, too. I mean, it will definitely take some sugarcane. Alright, let's relax on the rerolls there, I suppose. If we can get some more sugarcane, this would be a great spot for it right here. In fact, yeah, why don't we throw another fence of our gingerbread men there? And how are we looking for gingerbread production? 82K. The sweet cane is by far the star of the show. You'll love to see that, folks. See, when I was ideating about this, ideating about Santa Claus himself, I was thinking the gingerbread would be the overpowered aspect of the build, but no, I was wrong, folks. It's the gingerbread man and the sweet cane. Just that sweet connection, no pun intended. Here's a pastor. This is excellent. We'll take the pastor. So now we need a fence, and we need a few just regular sheep of any kind. We need 3 of them, and the pastor can share a fence with them. And we don't want to turn them into gingerbread men. And we'll throw that right here. So let's see if we can just get some normal sheep in our hand. You know, goodness, I might have to like just start stocking up on rerolls if I'm honest with you. I'd also like to get the popcorn buff. I mean, we don't have Gluttonous Feast either, right? So we're really missing some things that can help skyrocket our gingerbread production. And obviously we don't really necessarily need it, given the power of the sweet cane. But I'd like to go even more orbital with this build. So let's see. Ugh. I guess we'll take the loom. If we're gonna put sheep right here, might as well put a loom in place. Looking for a fence. Looking for a sheep. That's what we're looking for right now, folks. Suppose we might as well throw in a cutter as well, if we can find one. Gotta watch my rerolls, of course. Let's go, fuel cow. $207 million, making about 11 mil a turn with this sweet, sweet cane, if you will. Refinery Ager. Where'd the sugar cane go? You know what I'm saying? I feel like we should have at least seen sugar cane, but I haven't seen it. Some popsicles here. I mean, just not gonna really do any good. I don't know, let's just like start a junk island right here, I guess. An island of clear our handout because it's useless to us. Here's a loom, we can throw that right here. Let's throw a melter right there too, why not? Giant cow chicken juicer. Do have one free reroll. So let's take that. Here's some more sugarcane. This is excellent. Except for this is going to cost a lot of water, but luckily we make over 1 million water per turn. That's right, folks. Everything that produces water now produces energy. So if we did this, I think that is the death knell to us. If we went with the miracle, I mean, do you do the miracle here? The miracle takes us to the moon, right? Yeah, it does. We have 33 million water in the bank. I might have just made the worst mistake ever. Or I might have really sent us into orbit. 11, 284, 114. Let's see what happens now. 1.7 million units of wine there, folks. $51 million. Wow. All right, yeah, we went orbital with that thing. You can see the effectiveness of the sweet cane as well, but goodness gracious, we have more wine than we even know what to do with. Not necessarily a bad problem, folks, but you love to see it. You love to see it. Love to see when things come together. More sugar cane, you betcha. We'll throw that down right here on this fine island. Santa Claus, you are a beast, and you have come to town, and you have turned the entire town into candy canes and gingerbread men. I suppose that's kind of what Santa Claus does, right? Definitely getting some performance issues with all that we have going on each turn, but look at our gingerbread man colony. Take a cutter, sure. And it all started with a complex production line to create the panettone. I guess good things happen when you make panettone. I don't even really know what panettone is, to be honest with you. I haven't looked it up. If anybody knows what panettone truly is or has had it before, let me know. Is it any good? Let me know in the comments. Here's a medium fence. We've been waiting for that for a while. So that's good. We like to see that. But yeah, what is panettone exactly? Obviously, it's some kind of sweet treat. I don't know if it's popular in, like, Europe, maybe, perhaps. Barn here. Definitely want to be careful with the barn. Yeah, we want to be real careful with the barn. Real careful with the barn, folks. We want to be careful placing sugarcane. We want to be careful placing sugarcane in places that doesn't have a watery tree. Like right here. Let's see what happens. Yikes. Did you see that? We lost like 150,000 water per turn. That's crazy, man. This build can get so out of control. You can literally play one card in the wrong place and completely just forfeit your entire empire. Your entire starbound empire, I might add, too. So if I place a barn here, it's going to double this right here. Double the water. Yeah, we got to be careful. We got to be very, 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 very careful. So I don't necessarily love just the reckless playing of barns here. And you're probably thinking, like, why? What's the big deal? You make 658,000. Well, that's down from like 1.2 million, you know? Again, you play it here, we're down another 150K. That's crazy. Absolutely insane. Just another day in the realm of Terracards here, folks. Another crazy, crazy day. Could really use some sheep here. Money is not really an object, so we can re-roll a bit aggressively. Do we get the Easter Bunny? Do we add some chocolate to our gingerbread realm? I think so, right? Yeah, of course you do. We have to. I'd love to get some more sheep, for sure. Would love some more sheep. We got a bunch of fences just waiting for them here. So let's see if we can't get some more sheep. This would be a superior spot for the Easter Bunny. Like a ridiculous spot for the Easter Bunny. Should we hold out for a fence and make it happen? Yeah, we're going to hold out for a fence, and we're going to make that one happen for sure. Okay, here's a fence. Throw that down. Grab a silo just because I don't feel like re-rolling. All right, let's see what this does. Just one Easter Bunny joins the party here, folks. Let's take an assessment. 22 million is our current income per turn, making a little over 1 million sweet canes per turn, and a pretty steady 25,000 wine per turn with the miracle. Okay, now let's see what happens. Okay, so all of that production goes to a much more lucrative product in the chocolate bar. So let's check it now. 167 million, folks. That is, goodness, I can't even make out that number, but it's $155 million in chocolate bars. Easter Bunny, welcome to the party. It's good to have you here. Come on in. All right, let's get our hands on a few more sheep. Let's see just how nuclear we can take this. We have 20 days remaining. Get the popcorn buff. You betcha we get the popcorn buff. I just have a feeling the game doesn't like that I just selected that, because now it's going to have to program all the popcorn going to all of the gingerbread men. Yep, just as anticipated, it's going to take a little bit of time. A few hiccups here and there. I mean, am I seeing, is this 9 million units? 9.58 million units? It can't be. I mean, maybe. Or is it just 589,000? That seems more likely to me. But I don't know, you're getting 42,000 per sweet cane here. So I don't know, somebody do the math. 42,000 on this island and 4,831 on this island here. Let me know. Suppose I could do the math afterward too. Alright, so as far as Santa Claus goes, his 3-island radius is like this. So we could actually add another fence here. Another fence here. Another one here. And another one here as well. And that's like his full radius, right? So ideally, you get, you know, a bunch of gingerbread men all over the place. We'll certainly check it out. We'll see. I still low-key kind of feel like something catastrophic is going to happen to our water supply. I just feel that way. I don't know why I feel that way. I just kind of do. And I say that as I grab more sugarcane. If we don't have a watery tree, playing the sugarcane is going to be very irresponsible of us. Should I play one right here and just see what happens? Yeah, I should. Whew. 163,000 production. Oh my goodness. Just absolutely insane. Like, what a zany build this is. How the developers, like, thought about this and came up with this, it's beyond me, folks. Goodness gracious. What madness. Absolute madness. But you subscribed to the channel to see madness, and madness is what you get. Absolutely. Providing you with a daily dose of madness for sure. I mean, without a watery tree, it's going to be pretty hard. It's going to be pretty hard to continue to play the sugarcane here. $169 million there. The gingerbread's kind of mid, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, the chocolate bar performs very well, but the sweet cane is the surprise star of the show, and it's hard to even tell how much we're making per turn. But I think the math adds up, right? I don't think this is a glitch. Hey, here's a watery tree. This is absolutely perfect. Watery tree is just, I don't know, MVP watery tree for sure. So here we go. Let's throw a watery tree right here. And let's return to the days of glory for our water production. And let's throw these sweet canes down. Just pure madness. Pure madness, folks. It's the only way I can describe it. Here's the church on the ripe day of 192. Haven't seen a sheep yet, but it is definitely part of the sheep build, the sheep kit, if you will. Aww. So we'll go ahead and grab it. Do we dare put another sugar cane here? I mean, if you saw what the watery tree did, it barely put us back in the positive. I mean, it's making 224,000 water for us, but that's just not enough. But this sweet cane spot, 224,000 production. That's absolutely insane. Never seen anything like it. This is even, like, in a lot of ways, this is even more insane than the Jingle Claus build. Or sorry, Jingle Clucks. In a lot of ways, this is even more insane because I think the numbers work out. I think in a lot of ways, the Jingle Claus build was a glitch. I don't believe this is a glitch. I think this is actually how it's programmed to work. Completely and utterly insane. Especially when you add the female rabbit into the mix, and you'll be getting an Easter bunny every single turn. Folks, this is, and here we go, we get a sheep every turn too, so the gingerbread men must register as sheep. So now you can actually just bust this up. Go gingerbread man right there, you bet. That'll multiply. Another Easter bunny here. Not really great production. I don't think doubling up the Easter bunny really does anything. Guess we'll check it out. Yeah, so this looks like about 5 million units of chocolate bars. Pretty low on the gingerbread. But I don't think this build is really meant to... I don't think it's meant to go nuclear with gingerbread production. It's obviously meant to go nuclear with the sweet cane production. And that was something that I definitely overlooked when I was looking at this, for sure. I overlooked it, without question. It's hard for me to really predict what was going to happen. I thought we'd just be looking at straight, like, just beastly gingerbread. I know I've said that a few times already, but when you have, like, so many different combinations kind of working together, right? It's hard to really predict what's going to happen, especially with things that morph things into other things, and then it has new properties. You know, it's really hard to predict, but I mean, the ideal utopian state that I had in my mind, we finally pretty much achieved on turn 190 here. Just utterly insane. Complete madness. 270 million. And like I said, I think that's legit, man. I don't think there's a glitch. I think that's legit. Yeah, we're having some serious performance issues now, as is typical when things get this insane. I mean, think about what the game is processing. You know, it's trying to figure out. Okay, so I need to multiply the gingerbread men. I need to allocate all of the products to their respective structure. Right? I need to produce all of the products, right? Show the graphic of it producing. I need to calculate the resources. I need to calculate the income. So it's doing a lot of things just at turn end, and that's obviously why it gets a little laggy. But what can you do, you know? I think the developers have done a good job addressing some of the lag issues, but I don't know what you do when you have just this much madness going on. It's kind of like the way the game's designed. But here we go. It all started with a wolf in Santa's clothing, folks. A wolf in Santa's clothing that went nuclear. We actually need to get 3 sheep here to get more per turn. Why don't we do that? And on day 200, I would say we became a legit billionaire. And we get Gluttonous Feast. Oh, goodness. Yeah, well, we'll take that. Game might not like us much for selecting that one. You win. You finish the early access. Yes, we did win. We absolutely crushed. Absolutely crushed. So let's assess. At the 200-day mark, we're making 286 million per turn. The chocolate bar quickly becomes the MVP. However, it is, taking direct production away. Looks like it's what? That's 2 billion, isn't it? 2.19 billion. So it's taking direct production away from the Sweet Cane, which is the real MVP here. Let's be honest. I mean, we could break it without the Easter Bunny. It was just a fun little wrinkle to throw in there. Actually, I don't think it's 2 billion. The math doesn't work out because we're only making 286 million per turn. But it's a lot of chocolate bars, folks. $243 million divided by 252. That's how many chocolate bars we're making per turn. And that's, of course, because of the sweetest of sweet candy canes. So Gluttonous Feast comes into play now. The screen rumbles and shakes. We get another Alpha Wolf. And yeah, we are just experiencing some major lag, especially with Gluttonous Feast and all animals having to produce twice. What, right? So it's kind of downhill from here, right? It's not going to get any faster, that's for sure. But this is the madness that we're looking at. This nice little diamond shape. So the diamond shape is the shape of madness. In case you were wondering, this is the shape of madness right here, folks. If you are going to attempt the Santa Claus build yourself, I would recommend using as many small fences as possible in the interior here. The gingerbread men will multiply themselves. And look at this, we're at a water deficit here. That's because all of these gingerbread men multiplied. And they're costing water. And the colony to the moon will be on its way down for sure. Especially as the sweet canes start to die. Well, actually, as the sweet canes start to die, because they lack water, right? The water will actually reset itself. We'll be fine. But yeah, just pure madness here, folks. So, all right, let's assess. This is the final assessment, the final inventory. Wild chocolate, wild sweet cane. We've already kind of summed that up. MVP awards to go around for sure. The miracle was a pretty, it was a pretty good one to take the miracle in for sure. We got some key essence rewards kind of late in the game. Got blue wheat very late in the game as well. Went watery tree and sugarcane, and it ended up being what saved us, because that would have gotten bad real quick if we didn't do that. And yeah, it's not the gingerbread man that's the MVP. It's the sweet cane with the gingerbread man. All interesting stuff, folks, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm going to cut the video here, but if you're enjoying the content on the channel, please consider becoming a subscriber to the channel. Would highly appreciate your viewership and engagement with the awesome community that we have here. That being said, happy holidays, everybody. Have a great 2024. Start it off right, do it right, and we're going to catch you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye.